Good morning. And the next article. Before that, let us work out one example. One example on hyperbolic functions. That is, yesterday I told you many hyperbolic functions and their properties. Now let me work out one example. Actually we can go for many examples, but because of the restriction of time, let me go to just one example. Prove that cos hyperbolic x minus sin hyperbolic x to the power n is equal to cos hyperbolic nx minus sin hyperbolic nx. We can have many such problems. Actually, the hyperbolic functions and properties I gave yesterday, each property can be a problem. Prove each property. How to prove each property? Consider cos hyperbolic x as e to the power x plus e to the power minus x divided by 2. Consider sin hyperbolic x as e to the power x minus e to the power minus x divided by 2. Taking these values of cos hyperbolic and sin hyperbolic, you can go for the proof for all the hyperbolic functions I gave yesterday. Let me do one for you, and that is what? Prove that cos hyperbolic x minus sin hyperbolic x to the power n, bracket to the power n, is equal to cos hyperbolic nx minus sin hyperbolic nx. Let us see how to do it. Let me first consider LHS of this. LHS is equal to this bracket. For this cos hyperbolic, let me put e to the power x plus e to the power minus x divided by 2 minus, let me put value of this sin hyperbolic x, that will be e to the power x minus e to the power minus x divided by 2 bracket to the power n. This is further. Now simplify this. Denominator is same 2, so this can be added or subtracted as per their signs, and I can put here e to the power x plus e to the power minus x minus e to the power x minus plus e to the power minus x whole divided by 2 and the bracket to the power n. Now if you look into the bracket, you find that this is e to the power x, this is minus of e to the power x. These two vanish together, and next you have e to the power minus x, e to the power minus x. E to the power minus x, e to the power minus x will become 2 into e to the power minus x. So this is 2 into e to the power minus x divided by 2 bracket to the power n, that is equal to These two get cancelled, and you simply have here e to the power minus x to the power n. This is equal to, I have given one formula of this type in hyperbolic function. In exponential functions, and this is what LHS is equal to simply e to the power minus xn, equation number 1. Okay, after that let us go to the RHS. What is RHS? Let me simply consider this one. RHS is cos hyperbolic nx minus sin hyperbolic nx. This is equal to, let us make a bracket, cos nx is cos to the power e to the power nx plus e to the power minus nx divided by 2 minus sin hyperbolic of nx, that is e to the power nx minus e to the power minus nx divided by 2. As the denominator is same, let us take addition or subtraction of the numerator as possible, that is e to the power nx plus e to the power minus nx minus e to the power nx minus plus e to the power minus nx whole divided by 2. Go to the bracket. E to the power nx minus e to the power nx. These two together vanish. Two terms are left. One term is e to the power minus nx. Other term is e to the power minus nx. Sum of these two is 2 times e to the power minus nx. So this is 2 times e to the power minus nx divided by 2. These two identically cancels out, and what left for RHS is equal to e to the power minus nx, equation number 2. Now compare equations 1 and 2. What is equation 1? It is for the LHS, e to the power minus xn. What is equation 2? It is for the RHS. It is e to the power minus xn minus nx. So equations 1 and 2 are same. This is e to the power minus, you may write xn here also. The same thing. LHS is equal to e to the power minus nx. RHS is equal to e to the power minus nx. Equation 1 and equation 2 are same. It gives the same value. It means that this is equal to this, that is cos hyperbolic x minus sin hyperbolic x bracket to the power n is equal to cos hyperbolic nx minus sin hyperbolic nx. This is proved. You can consider each property, each hyperbolic function given yesterday as a problem, taking value of cos hyperbolic this, value of sin hyperbolic this. You can try to verify each of the hyperbolic functions. So this is about proof of this problem. After this, let us move to the next article. The next article is about inverse hyperbolic functions. Let me go for inverse hyperbolic functions. inverse hyperbolic functions. You know circular functions. You also know inverse circular functions. Inverse hyperbolic functions can be studied just identical to inverse circular functions. Let us suppose that we have one equation sin theta is equal to 1 by 2. We have one circular equation sin theta is equal to 1 by 2. From this, what we can write? Theta is equal to sine inverse of 1 by 2. What does this mean? The argument theta is inverse sine of 1 by 2. We have sine theta is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, the argument theta is equal to inverse of sine of 1 by 2. We can consider the same thing for hyperbolic functions. Let us suppose that we have cos hyperbolic x is equal to y. Let us suppose that we have cos hyperbolic x is equal to y. Then x is equal to if cos hyperbolic x is equal to y, it means that the argument x is inverse of hyperbolic cos of y. If cos hyperbolic of x is equal to y, the argument x must be equal to inverse of cos hyperbolic of y. Okay, so such functions are known as inverse hyperbolic functions. As I have written here, inverse of cos hyperbolic, you can get inverse of sine hyperbolic. You can write equation for inverse of tan hyperbolic, inverse of cot hyperbolic, inverse of sec hyperbolic, inverse of cosec hyperbolis, and so on. It is very simple method of getting and writing the inverse of hyperbolic functions. So such functions are known as inverse hyperbolic functions. Let us work out a few problems on inverse hyperbolic functions. The first problem is prove that sine hyperbolic x is equal to logarithm of x plus square root of x square plus 1. The problem is prove that inverse sine hyperbolic x is equal to log of x plus square root of x square plus 1. Let us see how to work out this problem. Solution. What we have? Inverse of sine hyperbolic x. Let us suppose this is equal to what? Let me assume that inverse of sine hyperbolic of x is equal to y. Therefore, I can write according to the definition of inverse hyperbolic functions. I can write x is equal to sine hyperbolic y. Equation number 1. I can write x is equal to sine hyperbolic y. Okay. Then what is sine hyperbolic y? X is equal to e to the power y minus e to the power minus y divided by 2. This is further 2x is equal to e to the power y minus e to the power minus y. This may be further e to the power y minus e to the power minus y minus 2x is equal to 0. Equation number 2. Multiply equation 2 on both sides by e to the power y. Multiply two on both sides by e to the power y, so that we will get this will be e to the power 2y minus e to the power minus y into e to the power y. It will be 1 minus 2x e to the power y is equal to 0. This is for the e to the power 2y minus 2x e to the power y minus 1 is equal to 0. Equation number 3. And equation number 3 is quadratic equation in e to the power y. E to the power y, or let me write this size, e to the power y square minus 2x e to the power y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now this is quadratic equation in e to the power y, and we know how to get solution of a quadratic equation. So solution of a quadratic equation is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a, general formula. This is, what is b here? Minus 2x. Minus minus will become plus 2x plus or minus b square 4x square minus 4ac. 4 a is 1, c is minus 1, minus minus will become plus 4. This is in square root divided by 2a. A is 1, simply 2. This is further 2x plus or minus 4 is taken outside the square root. When 4 is taken outside the square root, it will become 2. So 2 into in the square root x square plus 1 divided by 2. These two get cancelled with this 2 and with this 2. 2 can be taken common, and when taken common, cancelled with this 2, and what left? X plus or minus square root of x square plus 1. And if we consider only plus sign here, it will be simply x plus square root of x square plus 1. And what is this? This is e to the power of y. Equation number 4. It is quadratic in e to the power of y, and so this is what e to the power of y. E to the power of y is this. E to the power of y is this. So we got e to the power of y is equal to x plus square root of x square plus 1. Let us take log on both sides. If we take log on both sides, we will get y is equal to log of x plus square root of x square plus 1. But what is y according to this equation? According to this equation, y is inverse sine hyperbolic x, and so I can write here inverse sine hyperbolic x is equal to log of x plus square root of x square plus 1, equation number 5, and you are asked to prove this, hence the proof. Okay, so inverse sine hyperbolic x is equal to log of x plus square root of x square plus 1 is proved here. The second problem is, you do it at home. Prove that inverse cos hyperbolic x is equal to log of x plus square root of x square minus 1. It is very simple. You can do it very easily. Then let me go to other example. This is for your assignment. Try to solve it at home. Separate into real and imaginary parts. Problem number 3. Separate into real and imaginary parts. Cos inverse of 3i divided by 4. See what you are asked. Separate into real and imaginary parts, that is cos inverse of 3i divided by 4. Let us see how to perform it. We are given cos inverse of 3i divided by 4. Let me assume that cos inverse of 3i divided by 4 is x plus iy, equation number 1. Now why to take cos inverse of 3i by 4 as x plus iy? Separate into real and imaginary parts cos inverse 3i by 4. Therefore, I need to consider cos inverse 3i by 4 as x plus iy. X will be real part, y will be imaginary part. So, when I assume equation 1 for this, from the definition of inverse hyperbolic function, I can write here the argument 3i divided by 4 is equal to cos of x plus iy, equation number 2. The argument 3i by 4 is equal to cos of x plus iy. Now cos of x plus iy can be written as cos x into cos hyperbolic y minus sin x minus I times sin x sin hyperbolic y, equation number 3. Try to recall the hyperbolic functions I wrote yesterday. Cos a plus b. Cos a plus b is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. I is here, so I is taken here. Cos ix is simply cos x, so I have written cos x. Okay, then cos this is for only cos x. Okay, then second one is cos iy. Cos iy is cos hyperbolic y minus I into minus sin x as it is. Then sin ix. Sin ix will be I times sin hyperbolic x. Y is here, and therefore cos x plus iy is cos x cos hyperbolic y minus I into sin x sin hyperbolic y, equation number 3. Now this is the real part, this is the imaginary part. This is equal to 3i plus 3i divided by 4. Let us compare 3i divided by 4 with equation 3. What is the real part here? Real part is 0. What is real part here? This is the real part. It means that cos x into cos hyperbolic y is equal to 0. If I send this cos hyperbolic y to this side, I will simply have cos x is equal to 0. from these two, cos hyperbolic y sent to other side. So I will get cos x is equal to 0. If cos x is equal to 0, what should be x? X should be pi by 2. That is x is pi by 2. Equation number 4. Equation number 4. Okay, then now let us compare the imaginary parts in equation 2 and in equation 3. 3i by 4 is equal to this, that is minus I sin x into sin hyperbolic y is equal to 3i divided by 4. This I get cancelled. What is value of x from equation 4? Pi by 2. What is sin pi by 2? It is 1. So minus 1, minus sign is here, minus 1 into sin hyperbolic y is equal to 3 divided by 4. If this minus 1 is sent to that side, it will be simply sin hyperbolic y is equal to minus 3 by 4. Equation number 5. Equation number 5. Okay, then what is sin hyperbolic y? It is this, e to the power y minus e to the power minus y divided by 2 is equal to minus 3 divided by 4. Bring this 3 by 2 this side. 1 minute. The guy has taken okay. Now take this minus 3 by 4 to this side. It will be minus 4 by 3 into 1 by 2 into e to the power y minus e to the power minus y is equal to 0. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, and it is minus 2 e to the power y plus e to the power minus y. This 3 can be sent to this side. That will simply become 0. Okay, then or let the 3 to let me keep this 3 as it is here and take only 4 to this side. So what will happen? 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2ey into minus 2 e to the power minus y is equal to minus 3. Equation number 6. E to the power y minus e to the power minus y by 2 for this one divided by minus 3 divided by 4. Okay, then this 4 is taken to this side. 4 into 1 by 2 times this as it is to this minus 3 present as it is. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Multiply this bracket by 2, 2 e to the power y minus 2 e to the power minus y is equal to minus 3. Multiply equation 6 on both sides by e to the power y. If equation 6 is multiplied on both sides by e to the power y, this will further become 2 e to the power 2y minus 2 e to the power y into e to the power minus y is equal to minus 3 e to the power y, and this is further. This is further e to the power y, e to the power minus y will become 1. Take this to this side, so it will become 2 e to the power 2y plus 3 e to the power y minus 2 is equal to 0. Minus 2 is equal to 0. Equation number 7. Now equation number 7 is quadratic equation. It can be solved for e to the power y using the general formula minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is nothing but minus 3 plus or minus b square is 3 square, that is 9, minus 4ac minus plus 4 into 2 into 2 16 divided by 2a. 2a is this, that will become 4. This is further minus 3 plus or minus 16 can be taken common, that will become 4. And what left inside is 1 plus 9 divided by 16 divided by 4. This is minus 3 plus minus 3 by 4 plus square root of 25 divided by 16. This is minus 3 by 4 plus 5 by 4 is equal to 2 divided by 4, or it is just 1 divided by 2. So we got e to the power y is equal to 1 divided by 2. Equation number 8. Take antilog log on both sides to get y is equal to logarithm of 1 divided by 2, that is nothing but y is equal to minus of log 2. Equation number 9. See equation 4, x is equal to pi by 2. See equation 9, y is equal to minus log 2. We have taken this is equal to, not this, what was the equation? It was the equation cos inverse of 3i by 4. We have considered this equal to x plus iy. We found x equal to pi by 2, y is equal to minus log 2. So cos inverse of 3i by 4 is separated into real part and imaginary part. Real part is this, x is equal to pi by 2. Imaginary part is this, y is equal to minus log 2. This is about the inverse hyperbolic functions and few problems on it. Hope you understood. Thank you.